Every night, as the world begins to grow still and the quiet of evening settles in, most of us look forward to one simple thing: rest. We close our eyes and hope for sleep to carry us into a peaceful night so that tomorrow feels easier, brighter, and sharper. Yet for so many people, this is not what happens. Instead of drifting calmly into deep rest, they find themselves tossing and turning, staring at the ceiling, or reaching for their phones in frustration. Their thoughts replay the stress of the day or anticipate tomorrow's worries. By the time morning arrives, they feel anything but refreshed. The body may have been in bed for hours, but the brain never truly rested. This is not just a small annoyance, it is one of the most important challenges to health and independence. Sleep is not an optional luxury. It is a vital biological function, as necessary as breathing and eating. Without it, the brain cannot perform its essential tasks. During sleep, the brain is anything but idle. It acts like a skilled maintenance team, working quietly in the background. Toxins and waste products that build up during the day are flushed away. Memories are sorted, strengthened, and stored. New connections between brain cells are formed, while older, weaker ones are pruned to keep thinking sharp. Hormones that regulate mood and energy are balanced. In short, the hours you spend asleep determine how clear, alert, and focused you feel the next day. Now, imagine what happens when those hours are cut short or disrupted. The cleaning crew doesn't finish its work. The brain wakes up cluttered, heavy, and foggy. Instead of feeling sharp, you may struggle to remember names, lose track of conversations, or feel as if your thoughts are moving through mud. For seniors especially, this can be frustrating and even frightening. Losing mental sharpness can feel like losing independence, relying more on others, forgetting simple tasks, or doubting your own ability to stay strong. But here's the hopeful truth: you have more control than you think. The way you end your evening plays a powerful role in how your brain functions the next morning. Let's take a closer look at why. Your brain and body operate in two basic modes: stress and calm. The stress mode, often called fight or flight, is useful in moments of danger. It speeds up the heart, quickens breathing, and sharpens focus to help you react quickly. But when this mode stays active long after the danger is gone, when you're lying in bed but your body is still acting as if it's under attack, it becomes a barrier to rest. In this state, your brain cannot fully switch into recovery mode. Sleep becomes shallow and restless, leaving you drained. The calm mode, on the other hand, is known as rest and digest. This is where real healing takes place. In this state, your heartbeat slows, your muscles loosen, and your brain gets the message: it is safe to rest. Only then can the maintenance team get to work, clearing toxins, repairing cells, and consolidating memories. The challenge is that many of us carry stress right into bed without realizing it. We scroll through bright screens. We replay arguments. We worry about the next day. All of these keep the body in fight or flight mode. That is why so many people wake up feeling as though they barely slept at all. But here is where the night habit comes in. It is like a switch you can flip. With the right practice, you can guide your body out of stress mode and into calm mode, preparing your brain to do the work it needs overnight. This is not about forcing sleep or tricking yourself into rest. It's about creating the right conditions so that sleep comes naturally and does its job, leaving you sharper by morning. Think of two very different evenings. In the first, someone stays up late watching the news, their eyes glued to the screen. Their heart rate climbs with every headline, and even when they finally turn off the light, their mind is racing. They wake up the next morning groggy, reaching immediately for coffee, struggling to find the energy to start the day. In the second, someone takes 10 minutes to practice a calming nighttime habit. Their breathing slows, their body softens, and their brain receives the message that it is safe. When they wake up the next morning, their mind feels clear, focused, and ready for the day. The number of hours they spent in bed might be the same, but the quality of rest and the sharpness of their morning are completely different. Here's another way to picture it. Imagine your brain as a computer. During the day, you open dozens of tabs, conversations, errands, responsibilities, bits of worry. By bedtime, the system is overloaded. If you shut the computer without closing those tabs, the next morning it starts up sluggish and slow, still weighed down by yesterday's unfinished files. But when you practice the right nighttime habit, it's like hitting clear memory before shutdown. The next morning, your brain boots up fresh and fast, ready for new tasks. And the best part? You don't need expensive devices, complicated supplements, or endless routines to make this happen. The power lies in something you already do every moment of your life: Your breath. Breathing is the only system in your body that runs automatically but can also be consciously controlled. When you deliberately change the rhythm of your breath, you send signals to your nervous system that shift you out of stress and into calm. You take control of the very switch that determines whether your brain spends the night foggy or clear. This is why I call it a night habit, not just a trick. Habits grow stronger with repetition. Each evening you choose this practice, you build a rhythm that your brain recognizes. Over time, your body begins to anticipate the ritual. As soon as you start, it responds. The heart slows, the mind quiets, and rest arrives. The habit itself becomes a message to your brain. You are safe. You can rest. You will wake sharper. The most encouraging part is that you don't have to wait weeks to notice a difference. Even the first night you try it, you may feel your body relax in a way it hasn't for a long time. Your thoughts slow, your muscles soften, and sleep feels easier. The next morning, you may find yourself recalling details more clearly or moving through your tasks with less effort. And the longer you continue, the more powerful the effect becomes. This is not about a quick fix. It's about building a ritual that serves you for the rest of your life. So what is the first step in this night habit? The answer is the 4-7-8 breathing method, a simple but powerful practice that takes just a few minutes before bed. It requires no tools, no medication, and no special training. Yet it can reset your nervous system, prepare your brain for deep rest, and leave you sharper by morning. The 4-7-8 method is about guiding your breath into a pattern that shifts your nervous system out of stress and into calm. It works by balancing the ratio of inhale, hold, and exhale in a way that encourages relaxation. The numbers are not random. They are carefully chosen to maximize the calming effect. First, place the tip of your tongue gently against the roof of your mouth, just behind your upper front teeth. Keep it there throughout the exercise. This small detail might seem unimportant, but it helps create the gentle whooshing sound during exhalation, which deepens the sense of release. Next, exhale completely through your mouth, making a soft whoosh. This clears your lungs and sets the stage for the cycle. Now close your mouth and inhale quietly through your nose for a count of 4. Let the air fill not just your chest, but your belly. Feel your diaphragm expand. Then, hold that breath for a count of 7. Finally, exhale fully through your mouth for a count of 8, again making the whooshing sound. That's one full cycle. The recommendation is to repeat this for 4 cycles, which takes only about a minute and a half. At first, this pattern may feel unusual. Holding for 7 and exhaling for 8 can seem long, especially if you use shallow, quick breaths. But that's exactly why it works. It interrupts the stress pattern and teaches your body a slower, steadier rhythm. Think of it as training your nervous system, showing it how to step back from the edge and into calm. The science is simple but powerful. During the 4-count inhale, you draw oxygen deeply into your lungs. This oxygen travels to your brain, fueling the cells that support memory and focus. The 7-count hold allows time for this oxygen to be absorbed into your bloodstream and delivered where it's needed most. Then comes the 8-count exhale, the longest part of the cycle. This extended release is what activates the parasympathetic nervous system, also known as the rest and digest mode. Your heart rate slows, your blood pressure lowers, and your brain receives the message that it's safe to prepare for rest. Imagine the difference between shallow breathing and this pattern. Shallow breaths keep your body on alert, as if danger might appear at any moment. But the 4-7-8 rhythm tells your system the opposite. There is no danger, you are safe, you can let go. Over time, your body begins to recognize this rhythm as a signal to relax. The moment you start, it knows rest is on the way. Here's a visualization to help you picture it. Imagine you're lying in bed, lights off, room quiet. You place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. You exhale completely, letting out a sigh that carries the stress of the day with it. You inhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your lungs fill, your belly rises. You hold gently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you exhale slowly, like air escaping from a balloon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As the air leaves, tension melts from your shoulders, your heart slows, and your body sinks deeper into the mattress. By the 3rd or 4th cycle, your eyelids feel heavy, and your mind is no longer racing. This isn't just about falling asleep quickly. It's about creating the conditions for quality sleep, the kind where your brain clears waste, strengthens memory, and restores clarity. Without this kind of deep rest, mornings feel dull and foggy. With it, mornings feel sharp and light. You wake not just rested, but renewed. Some people may worry that they won't be able to hold their breath for 7 counts or exhale for 8. That's completely normal in the beginning. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to be present. Even if your counts are shorter at first, you're still breaking free from shallow, stress-driven breathing. With practice, your lungs adapt, your body adjusts, and the rhythm becomes second nature. In fact, many people report that within a week, the exercise feels natural, even comforting. Let me share a real-world example. A woman in her 60s once described her struggles with falling asleep. Every night, she would lie awake, her mind circling around worries. She tried pills, teas, and even sound machines, but nothing worked consistently. When she learned the 4-7-8 method, she was skeptical. How could something so simple make a difference? But she decided to try. The first night, she noticed her body softening after just 2 cycles. By the end of the week, she was falling asleep within minutes. "It's like my body finally knows what to do," she said. "My breath has become my bedtime signal." This story is not unique. Thousands of people across the world have discovered the same truth. Your breath can be your strongest ally in creating rest. The 4-7-8 method is not about tricks or forcing sleep. It's about cooperating with the body's natural systems, reminding them of the rhythm of calm. So tonight, instead of letting your thoughts race unchecked, try this practice. 4 cycles, just over a minute. Exhale, inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. As you do, notice how your body responds. Notice the slowing heartbeat, the loosening muscles, the quieting mind. Over time, this becomes your ritual, the first step in a night habit that sharpens your mornings. Once you've made this technique your own, you'll be ready to build on it. The second technique is called box breathing, and it's just as simple, just as powerful, and just as calming. Think of it as drawing a square with your breath. Each side of the square represents a part of the breath. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. All are equal in length, creating a steady rhythm that feels grounding and safe. Here's how you do it. Inhale gently through your nose for a count of 4. Hold that breath for 4. Exhale through your mouth or nose for 4. Hold again for 4. That's 1 full box. Repeat this cycle 4 or 5 times, and you'll notice your body and mind settling into a deep sense of balance. The power of this technique comes from its evenness. Our daily lives rarely move in perfect balance. Stress often makes us rush, worry makes our breathing shallow, and fatigue throws everything out of rhythm. By evening, our nervous system has forgotten what balance feels like. Box breathing reintroduces that balance. It's like pressing the reset button on your body's stress response, reminding it how to move steadily and calmly. Think of your body as an instrument. After a long day, the strings may feel stretched, the sound uneven. Box breathing is like tuning each string one by one, bringing the instrument back into harmony. And once the harmony is restored, the music of rest can begin. What makes this practice especially valuable is its versatility. It's not just for bedtime. You can use box breathing anytime stress threatens your peace. Imagine you wake up in the middle of the night at 2 a.m., your mind buzzing with thoughts. Instead of lying there frustrated, you begin the square. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Within a few rounds, your mind steadies, your body softens, and sleep feels possible again. Or picture a different moment. Maybe you're waiting for an important phone call, feeling your chest tighten with anxiety. Instead of letting the stress spiral, you draw a mental square with your breath. 4 counts in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold. Soon, your heart rate slows, your thoughts quiet, and you feel in control again. Even in traffic, in a waiting room, or before a big meeting, this technique can be your anchor. Let me share a story that shows how transformative this can be. I once spoke with a man in his 70s who had long struggled with restless nights. He described lying in bed, exhausted, but unable to shut off his mind. "It feels like my brain doesn't know how to stop working," he said. When he tried box breathing, he wasn't sure what to expect. Counting to 4 seemed far too simple to solve such a big problem. But he gave it a chance. The first night, he noticed a slight ease in his chest. By the third night, he was falling asleep more quickly. A few weeks later, he told me, "I don't even think about sleep anymore. I just breathe my square, and the rest comes." That's the gift of this technique. It doesn't force sleep. Instead, it creates the environment where sleep can arrive naturally. And it doesn't only work at night, it works anytime you need to reclaim your calm. The steady pattern reassures your nervous system, pulling you out of chaos and back into balance. What's more, box breathing has been used in some of the most demanding situations imaginable. Even Navy SEALs rely on it to stay calm and focused under pressure. If it can help in the midst of extreme stress, imagine what it can do for you in the quiet of your bedroom. It may seem gentle, but its effect on the brain and body is profound. When you combine box breathing with the 4-7-8 method, you create a sequence that's both soothing and powerful. The long exhale of 4-7-8 helps release the day's tension, while the symmetry of the box restores balance. Together, they prepare your brain not just to sleep, but to sharpen. By calming your system and bringing it into harmony, you give your brain the perfect conditions for overnight repair, clearing toxins, consolidating memory, and restoring focus. So tonight, after you've tried the 4-7-8 method, add a few rounds of box breathing. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Feel the balance in your chest, the steadiness in your thoughts, the harmony in your body. Notice how the rhythm quiets the noise of the day and makes space for peace. This is your second step toward mornings that feel clearer, brighter, and sharper. And we are not done yet. There's one final technique, a practice that ties everything together, not only calming your body but also soothing your mind on a deeper, more emotional level. It brings comfort, like a soft blanket for the soul, and it prepares you for the deepest, most restorative sleep. The humming breath is exactly what its name suggests. You take a slow inhale through your nose, then exhale while making a soft humming sound, like the gentle buzz of a bee. The hum doesn't need to be loud or dramatic. In fact, the quieter and smoother, the better. What matters is the vibration. As the sound flows through your throat, chest, and even into your head, it creates a wave of calm that feels almost like a massage from the inside out. Why does this work so well? The secret lies in the vagus nerve, one of the most important highways in your body. This nerve runs from your brain down through your chest and abdomen, connecting to your heart, lungs, and digestive system. When it's activated, it tells your body, you are safe. You can rest. The gentle vibration of the humming breath stimulates this nerve, sending signals of relaxation throughout your system. This isn't just about feeling calm in the moment. It's about triggering the body's built-in mechanisms for deep rest and repair. Let's imagine practicing it. You've already done a few rounds of 4-7-8 breathing, letting go of the day's tension. You followed it with box breathing, restoring balance and harmony. Now, you close your eyes and take a slow breath in through your nose. As you exhale, you hum gently, the sound low and steady. The vibration moves through your chest, loosening tightness. It rises into your head, quieting thoughts. Each hum feels like a lullaby you're singing to yourself, comforting and peaceful. After a few rounds, your mind drifts, light and quiet, toward rest. What makes the humming breath especially powerful is that it soothes more than just the body. It soothes emotions. Nighttime can sometimes feel lonely or unsettling, especially for seniors who may find silence heavy or even stressful. But humming creates connection. It brings warmth, like the memory of being sung to as a child or the comfort of humming a favorite tune while working. Some people describe it as a blanket for the soul. That sense of emotional safety is just as important as physical calm, because a brain that feels secure is a brain that can fully restore itself. There's also a playful joy in this practice. Humming often brings back memories of simple, happy times. Humming in the kitchen, softly singing to a baby, or letting a melody carry you through a quiet afternoon. In this way, the humming breath doesn't just prepare you for sleep, it reconnects you with a sense of peace and contentment that lasts long after you wake. When you bring together all three techniques, the 4-7-8 method, box breathing, and the humming breath, you create a complete system for nighttime renewal. First, you release tension. Then, you restore balance. Finally, you invite comfort. Each technique builds on the last, guiding your body and mind step by step from stress into serenity. By the time you close your eyes, your brain has the perfect conditions to do its work, clearing waste, repairing cells, strengthening memory, and sharpening focus. The beauty of this habit is that it's natural, free, and always available to you. You don't need special devices or costly solutions. You don't even need much time. Just a few minutes of intentional breathing before bed can transform the way you feel the next morning. Instead of dragging yourself into the day, foggy and fatigued, you rise sharper, clearer, and more confident. And here's the inspiring truth. The more you practice, the stronger the effect becomes. Just like muscles that grow with training, your nervous system learns from repetition. Over time, your body begins to respond the moment you start the ritual. Your brain recognizes the rhythm and says, I know what comes next. It's time to rest. It's time to sharpen. What once felt like effort becomes second nature, a nightly signal that sleep is on the way. So tonight, when you turn out the lights and silence fills the room, take a moment for yourself. Place a hand on your chest, close your eyes, and begin the ritual. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Then draw your box. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Finally, let the gentle hum carry you into stillness. With each breath, with each rhythm, with each vibration, you are telling your body and mind, you are safe. You can rest. You will wake sharper. Remember, you are not powerless against restless nights. You are not trapped in fog or forgetfulness. You are strong, capable, and already equipped with the most natural, effective tool for calm and clarity, your breath. Use it tonight. Trust it, and let it guide you into the peaceful sleep and the sharper mornings you deserve.